Lucky is with me right now.
I loved my wife with every being that I could possibly do. I never thought I could find a woman that understood me, loved being around me. She loved my sense of humor.
I wish that you had seen the dress.
In response to that woman's request, Dee Dee did post a picture of the dress. It turns out Lucky's wife was ordering that shitty pizza from D&E week after week just to get her eyes on old Lucky.
It was a tough decision to get involved, but it was the right decision. It was the correct decision, and I wouldn't change it at all.
God love you.
Thank you.
Lucky is with me right now, and we're going to talk about things because sometimes in the middle of all this noise, people forget there's a human being there, a man who dealt with the worst possible thing a person can go through privately, while strangers online were using his name publicly.
There he is, my new best friend, Canton John, and he had Canton royalty on his show last night, Brian Lucky Loughran. Let's watch.
One of the loudest voices, the most influential, and he was the most knowledgeable. From one side, Aiden said some disgusting things about Lucky.
To Mr. Lucky, and we got to get to Mr. Steven. It is in your best interest, Steven, and Mr. Lucky, to contact me. Like, let's just put it that way. Easy way and a hard. We can do things the way you've been doing them, or we can do them the Turtle Boy way.
Looks like Lucky has two choices, the way he's doing things or the Turtle Boy way. I'm not sure which way I would choose. However, this was very early on in the investigation, and you cannot fault Aiden, despite the words then, for having these feelings. He didn't know who Lucky was, and in fairness, this is a great learning lesson for everyone on our side. First, in the fog of war, things can be said. Ultimately, we all have the same goal, to find out exactly how, when, and where Brian Patrick Higgins, old Higgy Bear, killed John O'Keefe. And second, forgiveness. Because someone said words without understanding fully what the other person was going through, without having that empathy, it doesn't mean you can't practice forgiveness. And that's what Aiden has done after saying these things. Let's keep watching.
You're probably afraid, right? You don't want to come forward. You fear the Alberts. But like I said, the Alberts fear me much more than I fear them.
Yes.
Because I have the ability to severely change their lives. And that goes for you too, Mr. Lucky. You've wanted to keep a low profile for a reason. I get it. I'm not going to allow it anymore. Just know that. The jig is up. Time's up. You've had the chance to do the right thing. So now you've chosen not to. And now I'm giving you an ultimatum. You need to contact me and do the right thing. And you're going to have a conversation with me, or Brian Albert finds out what you did.
Yes.
And then you can deal with him. Lucky Loughran is a useless fucking towny piece of shit who is covering up a murder, who has information that can not only prove that Karen Reed is innocent. If she's innocent, he was killed in the house. That changes everything. And he's choosing not to because he's a big lucky pussy. That's what he is. He's a big fucking pussy. And he's a lying piece of shit who knows about the fact that John O'Keefe was not there. He can testify to it, and he's choosing not to. So fuck every single person out there defending this useless fucking maggot, Lucky Loughran. He can burn in hell with the rest of it.
You can understand why Aiden was so passionate about Lucky speaking, because he was the one who actually saw the Ford Edge right next to John's body, and he was the one that did not see John's body on the front lawn at 34 Fairview, so he's a critical witness. However, as we're going to hear, our hero Lucky was going through something very personal and very traumatic for which Turtle Boy had no idea about.
Do you want to tell us about your wife?
My wife was a big part of my life. She was someone I met delivering pizzas.
And there he is, Canton royalty, old Brian Lucky Loughran.
I've joked with her numerous occasions. She married her stalker, was the running joke between my wife and I.
It turns out Lucky's wife was ordering that shitty pizza from D&E week after week just to get her eyes on old Lucky.
I loved my wife with every being that I could possibly do. I never thought I could find a woman that understood me, loved being around me. She loved my sense of humor, or her smile. It melted me every single day she smiled. And she smiled through everything, No matter what it was always a smile. She was brave. She was smart. She was witty. She would give her back to anyone. She just had a caring about everyone. She cared about everyone's life. Her biggest joy in life were her twins, Matt and Kirsten. Those children were her life.
The reason my face is not on camera today is definitely not because I'm crying.
When cancer entered your life, how did you change your priorities?
My priorities changed almost instantaneously. My wife was diagnosed with cancer in December of 2018. Get into his office. He sits Michelle down. I'm sitting literally right behind her. And he goes, Michelle, you have multiple myeloma. You have 2 years to live. And she's absolutely in hysterics. And I'm trying to calm her down. I'm trying to calm her down just to relax a little bit. I'm afraid that she's going to go into a panic attack and she's just going to be uncontrollable. And the next thing the doctor says is, no, let her cry. I was in control. I wasn't in control when I started to drive. I remember driving down Route 1 in absolute hysterics. My wife is sitting there looking at me going, no, you need to calm down. You got to drive.
Despite being the only honest man in Canton and probably the best husband that ever lived, all men ultimately are big babies, and the women generally have to take control in very serious situations.
My wife dealt with a lot of anxiety. My job as a husband, I found it, was to make her as comfortable, relaxed, and laugh as much as possible. Go in to check her ears with the little ear checking thing and put the light on and then checking her ears, and then went, oh my God, Dr. Lawbuck, I can see the light on the other side of the wall. And my wife is going, oh my God, you just didn't do this. And he's absolutely dying laughing, going, oh, this is going to be great. And there wasn't a day that we weren't in Day of My Father where my wife was like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Like, don't do it. Please don't do it. And I would do it.
They say laughter is the best medicine, and that's why we produce these videos, despite getting all the criticism about being crude, crass, and potentially racist. We produce them every day to hopefully make you laugh.
My priorities were always the same, even during cancer. It was to make sure Michelle was taken care of the best I could, and make sure my kids were taken care of the best I could do.
And that was Lucky's priority at that time, and rightfully so. Had Aiden actually known what he was really going through, for certain he would not have said what he said.
She said, I'm done. I'm not doing it. By the end of that month, she was placed in hospice. My job became all about her. So she came home on vancomycin that she had to take 3 times a day. So I got up at 12, hooked her up to the IV, went back to bed, slept to 3, got up, took her off. At 9 o'clock in the morning, she had to go back on. So I would have to get special permission from the town that allowed me to go in during my break to set her up.
Can you imagine how heartless you would have to be as a boss to deny that request?
I would go home at lunch and take her off and repeat that for 21 days.
Were there moments when you saw things being said about you and thought, these people have no idea what I'm going through?
Lucky Loughran is a useless fucking towny piece of shit, and he's choosing not to because he's a big lucky pussy. That's what he is. He's a big fucking pussy.
My wife is on her last breath. That's what I'm dealing with right now.
I got a phone call after a very nasty tirade from Aiden, from my daughter, who was on the phone absolutely in hysterics because he's now referring to me as a fat, dumb motherfucker.
This useless fucking maggot, Lucky Loughran. He can burn in hell with the rest of them.
And my daughter's going, how can you sit there and take this? He can say whatever he wants to say.
Yeah.
That's his business. I was afraid that if I responded to any of it, it would just magnitude 10 times and explode. And now I'm debating everything from my socks don't match to you're wearing the different color.
Very smart and classy move by Lucky. Most people, when they're criticized, engage with their critic, which generally is not the right thing to do.
You mentioned something about our guest from last week.
Dee Dee, I just want to thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
The one thing that's turned me off to what he said.
Lucky's referring to Dee Dee, who went to the Karen Reed fundraiser hosted by the House defendants.
He said John, he had a gait, like the way he walked, like a certain gait. And then when he'd go up to girls and approach them, he'd always like lean in to talk to them and lean on the table and stick his butt out. And everybody knew his pose, how he'd stand when he was talking to women. I thought that was like really cute how he said that. And he goes, and you know, he has a tendency to date crazy women. And the room erupted. And I was like floored.
Despite apparently going there to get some dirt on the House defendants, in fairness, Dee Dee walked away with nothing but amazing things to say about the people in attendance.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you or not, but the woman that quote unquote infiltrated our fundraiser, I wish that you had seen the dress.
This woman was apparently the person that organized the Karen Reed fundraiser. And despite being very hilarious, she also was very critical of Dee Dee's dress. Let's watch.
It's been like a week now of me like struggling to try to put it into words and explain what it looked like and just falling short every time. And I've even gone online to Google old lady, mother of the bride, shawl dress, right? Like just to try to get but I can't find anything. Like it's just like, I wish that Dee Dee would just take a picture of the dress and post it, honestly. Like that would be really mighty cool of her if she would do, just so everybody can be on the same page with what the she was wearing, because it was magnificent. I can then add in and I can describe the orthopedic Dr. Scholl's sneakers that she was wearing very well, right? Because everybody knows what those look like. It's hard to even put into words like the combination of the two with the mother of the bride gown and the Dr. Scholl's sneakers. If you're going to show up to one of my fundraisers to wiretap people dressed like a asshole, guys, will you please take a photo of yourself and post it?
Full length.
Yes, full length, please.
In response to that woman's request, Dee Dee did post a picture of the dress, her shoes, her bag, and even her wearing it. I don't see the big deal.
I've never met you, yet you were very kind, very nice, and suggested to John that you give her half to me. I was very, very taken back by it. I was very flattered by it. I've never met you.
We went out and had a Big Apple from
I did.
Bickford.
I'm not sure if the Big Apple is the name of a drink or a stripper, but either way, seeing Lucky happy is worth all the criticism we received for doing that video.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. That meant a lot to me. That someone that I don't know,
I never met her either,
was nice enough to donate her portion to me.
Yeah, I had never met her either. And when I asked her for a Venmo, she's like, nope, give it to him. I'm like, okay.
Despite having only kind words for the House defendant, very classy move by Dee Dee. And I hope Aiden, John, and Lucky can move forward, forgiving what happened in the past, because in the future, we have a job to do, and that is to figure out exactly how, when, and where Brian Patrick Higgins, old Higgy Bear, attacked John on that fateful morning. So no matter what, we will never, ever stop producing these videos until the real killer, Brian Higgins, is brought to justice.
I want to say something to Dave. We went through 2 trials, and I can say this honestly. I've never met a gentleman, a defense attorney, that considers me a friend. I consider you a friend, and you were so great. You've asked as little as you could of me, and I gave you as much as I could give you. The other thing I just want to know is that it was a tough decision to get involved, but it was the right decision. It was the correct decision, and I wouldn't change it at all.
God love you.
Thank you.